Yo, good morning YouTube. Welcome back to another video and welcome to 2022, goddammit. We literally just finished cardio. We're all sweaty. We're looking kind of fresh, kind of not, because you know, your boy just did 40 minutes on the spin bike. Cooking breakfast. But today, I want to go over failure because for the last 2 years, it seems like every goddamn thing I do has been a failure. And you guys, the keyboard warriors of YouTube, are the first ones to let me know about it. But I am going to give you guys a lot of tips on my mindset, on what I've failed on, how I've overcome that, and why I felt I failed in the first place. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm absolutely starving. I'll see you soon. So let's just hit some of these big failures over the last couple years. I was determined on buying a house when I was 19 years old. And I bought a house when I was 19 years old. I had a great 9-to-5 job, so I ended up buying a sports car and got a purebred husky. Long story short is I lost my job, then I totaled my car. Then I couldn't afford the dog, then I couldn't afford the house, had to put the house up for sale, went through all my savings, also went massively into debt, and had to move back in with my parents. And then I finally get my life back on track, everything's going good, I got a new 9-to-5 job, things are flowing, and I get an invitation to compete in the Kern US Open, one of the biggest powerlifting meets in the world that I've competed in before. And I placed third, but this time I knew that I was going for the all-time world record. So I prep, and I prep harder than I ever have. I cut out everything. I lived in a buck. I ate, sleep, and train to get strong. 3 weeks before the contest is supposed to happen, this pandemic made to shut down businesses and ruin people's lives due to the common flu shuts down the planet and the meet gets canceled. Another massive failure and another uncompleted goal that just hit me pretty fucking hard. Now, you know what they say, vitamin D keeps the doctor away. Wait. Maybe it's an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Either way, we're at the suntan appointment, but back to my story. Anyways, COVID kind of blew over. Not really in Canada because we're still in this crazy lockdown, but in the States, you guys live normal, so no need to bore you with what this communist country has become. But I started prep again because I got a re-invitation to compete in the next year. And then I go for it. I took the most drugs possible. I dieted the hardest, I trained the hardest, everything was going 100%, and I was even better than the last time. And then it happened. I fell squatting and herniated 2 of my discs to the point that I had to drop out of the meet. And then again, another goal of mine to break the all-time world record was crushed because I could not continue the prep because I was in too much pain. And then I rehabbed my back once again, almost to 100%. I start bigger by the day with you guys with the goal to gain 40 pounds in 14 weeks. And 12 weeks goes by, I put on 26 pounds of solid muscle while getting leaner, and then I fell squatting again, which made me call the entire Bigger by the Day series. And once again, another series, another goal of mine has failed. Back from the post office, getting all those markplummer.com orders out, SARMs, peptides, and kind of like misc things. Now the last thing that I have failed in 2021 is I have set myself a ridiculously high financial goal that I wanted to hit. And I have missed that goal by just over $9,000. Now you may be asking, what do almost all of these failures have in common? And I'm gonna tell you, but let's get a little more comfortable. Now, the one thing that all of these have in common, other than the pandemic, is that I set these goals ridiculously high. You guys have heard of the saying, shoot for the moon, because if you miss, you'll land in the stars. And I am a true believer. Now, obviously, a lot of these things were very unfortunate circumstances, but at the same time, I would not be even close to where I am now or learned nearly as much as I learned without setting these goals so high and then failing trying to get to them. Because if I set those goals lower and hit those goals, I would not be as motivated to keep going after I hit those goals. In my opinion, our life purpose is to experience and do as much as we humanly can while we have this short time on earth. And if you are setting your goals too low, then you are never gonna fill your maximum potential. And you guys always comment, man, you always fail. Oh, you always do this. Abso-fucking-lutely. My entire life is a fucking failure. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Because watch, when I start hitting these massive fucking crazy goals that I set, I'm gonna set them even higher and then probably fail them the next couple years until I hit those goals and then set them even fucking higher, because that's what successful people do. They are never fucking satisfied. It's kind of a mental disorder, to be 100% honest with you, but at the same time, it is the fastest way to get you where you wanna go. So set your goals high, don't let any fucking naysayer tell you otherwise, and go at it with 110%. And if you fail, work even fucking harder, because that's what I'm doing right now. So, I'm about to have a no carb meal. You know you're fucking dieting when you're having no fucking carbs. I'm gonna get some work done, and then I'm gonna see you guys in the gym. I'm taking you through an educational chest day. We're doing a lot of time under tension, and we're doing a lot of different exercises today. So if you enjoy that type of shit, make sure to stay tuned, because we're about to go in depth. Let's get it. So shooting chest today. We're not shooting chest. I mean, if you want to, you can shoot chest. But we're training chest today, and I can't throw around those big boy weights like you guys are used to anymore. Like, I could probably press the 150s for a set of 12 still, but I couldn't physically get the 150s onto my legs without completely destroying my back. So what we've been doing is we're doing completely time under tension work and pre-exhaustion work. I've always told you guys, start with your compounds and then move into your accessories. But now we're gonna start with our accessories and then move into our compounds, so our compound lifts don't have to be as heavy. That's the beautiful thing about fitness, is you can kind of do anything, but you have to find what works for you best. This is the first time I've ever tried pre-exhaustion training, so we're gonna see how that differs my physique from years previous. So let's get going. So as you can see, we're starting on a decline motion. I'm just trying to mimic stage poses. So as you can see in this exercise, you're doing a most muscular and really forcing that bottom half of the chest in and sculpting those outer lines. For example, is when you're doing back and you're doing a single arm lat pull down, you want to imagine that you're doing a double back bicep, and you'll get a lot more muscle engagement. Because this is pre-exhaustion, we're keeping the rest times about 45 seconds, and we're doing about 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning.
Anyone that tells you, oh, you need to do this tempo, you need to do this tempo, it's a bunch of bullshit. Honestly, just find the tempo that feels good and follow that. This whole fitness thing is about trial and error. If you don't try it, you won't know. That's why my body is like a living science experiment. All right, so we're going right into another fly, because honestly, I've done like pre-exhaustion training where you just do flies and then you still go into heavy compounds. And honestly, like, if you're decently strong, you can still go up in weight pretty fast after doing one exercise. But if you annihilate 2 flies, you will have so much blood flow in your chest that you will get taxed out so fast on heavy weight that you will need to drop that weight in half just in order to get 8 to 10 reps. And then you'll still get the same muscle stimulation because you're doing that 8 to 10 rep range. It kind of goes into the fact of like, it doesn't matter that I bench 500 and you bench 300. If we're both putting 100% maximal force behind it, technically speaking, we're both breaking down the same muscle tissue. The same goes for pre-exhaustion training. If your chest is absolutely exhausted and you still hit those 8 to 10 rep ranges, you're still gonna be putting maximum strain on your muscle tissue because you're working in an 8 to 10 rep range. So we're doing this cool fly, I'm not really sure what it's called. What I like to do on these machines, or if you have a pec deck, which is most common in more gyms, is really tuck your chin down and really focus on squeezing your chin in between your chest. Because our arms are coming up here, you're gonna have more of a top chest activation, and when you tuck your chin in, you can really feel that squeeze. It would be the equivalent of someone kind of like putting 2 fingers here and making sure that you squeeze your chest real tight.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the ninth inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage.
When doing these, I really like to squeeze it at the top and really make sure all the emphasis is on my chest. If I just bang out reps really fucking fast and heavy, I feel like my front delt gets worked a lot. But when I slowly contract and squeeze at the top, it's putting more emphasis on my chest and less on my shoulders, which keeps like my mind a lot more focused on my chest. So at the end of the day, when you're training chest, when you're training back, it all comes down to your mind on targeting that specific muscle. No, hey guys, I'm on TRT. This is week number 5. Probably starting a new cycle in 7 days. So I'm looking a little bit more fluffy, a little bit smaller than I usually am. But just gotta embrace this shit. So we're moving into flat dumbbell press. Honestly, we're only gonna do like 1 set of 60s, 1 set of 65s, 1 set of 70s, and 1 set of 75s, and that's gonna be all I can friggin' do. We'll start the first set, and then I'll kind of get into some tips of what I think about when I'm pressing.
Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right on me to see if
Guys, that pre-exhaustion stuff gasps you out so much. A solid 10 reps on here, and I'm like out of commish. I need the defibrillator right now. I'm putting my feet up on the bench because I need to brace my core down and keep my core flat. If I keep my feet on the floor right now, it just irritates that disc a little too much. So it doesn't matter if you keep your feet up on the floor, in the air, above your head, it really doesn't fucking matter. But the main part is, and that what I'm trying to do right now, is I, again, used to just bang these out super fast, using my front delt, using my back, because in powerlifting, the way that you bench the maximum weight possible is you bring the bar down, you break the inertia with your lats, then you have your front delts in your chest, raise it half the way, and then you have your triceps lock it up. And you rarely use that much of your chest on a heavy ass barbell bench press. So what I'm doing is I'm really trying to extend my elbows out more and get the maximum stretch in my chest while pressing it up. But as you can see, I'm locking it out, but I'm not actually locking out my arms. I'm coming to about here, which is putting the most amount of tension on my chest and virtually not using my triceps at all. And that is honestly a game changer. Having that small pause at the top and then going again. So I'm gonna grab the 65s. Hit set number 2. That felt really good. We're gonna do our final set on the 80s. Like I said, we're trying to keep the rep range between 8 and 10 here. We're putting maximum strain on the chest. So if I don't get 8 to 10 reps, then I'll probably do a drop set, but we're really trying to aim in that 8 to 10 range for maximal exertion.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got...
Obviously, I got 11 reps there because if you feel that you can do 2 more, 3 more, there's no reason that you shouldn't go. If your coach gives you a plan and he's like, do 8 to 10 reps, don't fucking stop at 10 just because your coach said do 10 when you had 2 more left in the tank. The point is about muscle stimulation. That's it, that's how we grow. But as you can see, like when I flex, the inner part of my chest is the part that's like missing the most. So I like to do 1 arm at a time now and sit slightly on an angle. And then when I press up, you can even, well, you can't really see it because I'm fat, but you can kind of see all of these like striations in my chest. So you can see all the inner of my chest here has great activation with a minimal shoulder. So I really just try to pump as much blood into my upper chest there so I can have like that shelf chest that everybody fucking wants.
Nothing to prove, staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no...
When you like fully actually extend your elbow on the upper chest stimulation is insane. So don't be scared to really cross that arm over the chest. Good, right to failure, right to fucking failure. My fucking toes cramping. Oh my God, bro.
To me now, that's to me.
So, second last exercise of chest day, incline barbell press. I'm actually gonna put some weight on here. Since this is our last compound exercise, I really just wanna finish off the chest. I really just wanna get maximum force put on this chest. We've done a lot of light work, and obviously we're not gonna be able to go super heavy because this is the end of our workout, but that was the whole point of pre-exhaustion. Slap on 2 plates, keep this going. All right guys, so final exercise, hitting dips, but we ain't doing dips for triceps, we're doing dips for chest. So you're gonna see me lean over, almost like I'm trying to do like a planche push-up, but you know my fat ass can't do a planche push-up. But I'm gonna lean as far forward as I can, and I'm not fully gonna lock up my triceps, and I'm really just gonna work on that outer edge. You have to remember, when you hit a side chest, the only thing that they're seeing is that outer edge. So you really want to make sure that thick, tight, solid, and juicy, like the sick cunt you are, mate. It's harder than you think at the end of your workout. It really is. But I'm gonna keep rest time super short here. And we're just basically gonna do like 4 sets of as many reps as possible. And each set is probably gonna be less and less reps. Yeah, just as I suspected, less reps. All right guys, so that wraps up the chest day. That wraps up the entire video. If you like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. 100,000 subscribers is going down in the next 2 months. Let's make that shit happen.
Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen, okay, it's a dream. And I pray as a team. One day it'd be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I